Cameras. A camera is an irreplaceable tool used to record and replicate memories, events, people, and places. In 1828, Louis Daguerre took the first photo that captured a human being. His intention was to take a photo of the Boulevard du Temple in Paris. The man in his photo was standing in the street getting his shoes polished. Since the exposure lasted over 7 minutes, the man was also captured. In 1975, Stephen Sasson invented the world's first digital camera. He was working at Eastman Kodak at the time. The first digital camera weighed 4 times more than a modern digital single-lens reflex camera. Stephen's camera weighed around 8 pounds and shot only 0.01 megapixels. The average weight of a modern digital single-lens reflex camera is around 2 pounds. There is no number for how many photos are taken a day, but estimates suggest that more than 1 trillion photos are taken in a year. On average, 95 million photos are uploaded daily on Instagram, and over 300 million photos are uploaded to Facebook. In 1861, Thomas Sutton suggested the process to create the world's first color image, the result of layering 3 separate images of red, green, and blue filters. These were then projected onto a photosensitive plate with the corresponding filters. The first projected image was through a camera obscura, or pinhole camera. The principle was first recorded by Mozai, a Chinese philosopher between 470 and 391 BCE. This was a dark box with a tiny hole that let in light. The light replicated the outside scene on a screen or wall opposite the hole. One of the most dangerous photography facts is about flashes. Photographers mix potassium chloride and aluminum to make flash powder. This mixture would create a bright light when introduced to a spark. These connections often led to violent explosions if the chemicals were not properly mixed. The world's most expensive photograph sold for $4.3 million. In 1999, Andrei Gursky captured the world's most expensive photo, Rhine 2, in 2011. 12 years later, it sold for an incredible $4,338,500 at auction. The daguerreotype was the first camera capable of recording an image. The daguerreotype was a photographic process created by Louis Daguerre. The entire process, from start to finish, was very complicated, but without it, we wouldn't be where we are today. It was the first image capturing device. Most brands have a strong connection between their product and their name. For example, canon means a rule, law, or principle. Ilford takes its name from its birthplace, and Olympus is the home of the Greek gods. But Kodak has no real meaning. George Eastman, the founder of Kodak, said that the letter K sounded strong, so he formed a word around it. You might think that funny cat photos are a trend that began a few years ago, but cat photography has origins in the 19th century. This viral trend was born in the 1870s when Harry Pointer took a photo of his cat and started it all. Someone please thank that man. We all know when the first single lens reflex camera was invented. It wasn't until 120 years later when the autofocus feature was added. The camera manufacturer that did this was Polaroid. When the Apollo 11 mission took off for the moon, they carried 12 Hasselblad cameras with them, and they are still there, on the moon. The astronauts decided the cameras were too heavy for the return journey, so they left them behind to make space for the 25 kilos of rock samples they brought back. They did, however, bring the film back with them. The oldest surviving image is almost 200 years old. Not only was it taken almost 200 years ago, but it took 8 hours to capture. The photo was named View from the Window. The first photography paper was made out of asphalt. Well, it wasn't made from the same stuff who makes roads from. It was, however, made into varnish and applied to copper or glass plates. The most popular subjects for photography in the 1800s weren't alive. A surprising photography fact is that one of the most popular subjects used to be dead bodies. This was a way to record the memory and physical appearance of the deceased family member. And yes, that little girl is deceased. You might not believe it, but cathinol is a real thing. Use coffee, vitamin C, and washing soda to develop your black and white negatives. The first two ingredients bind together to form a developer. The washing soda adds alkalinity to the solution, allowing you to develop images. What is the most viewed photograph in history? This photography fact might not be surprising. The most viewed photograph is the default wallpaper for Windows XP, the image named Bliss, captured by Charles O'Rear in 1996.